Hey, what is up guys, Mark here. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite national finals this year, and that is Pabandom naujo. Now this national final gave us some of the best songs this year in my opinion, and I'm so excited to jump into it. So without further ado, let's start with my number 8. Starting at my number 8 spot is the song How to Get My Life Back. Now this song has really good staging. I actually thought it was really interesting staging. The only thing that really drags it down, and I mean drags it down a lot, is just the song itself. In my opinion, it's a bit of a questionable song. I wasn't really a big fan of some of the background sounds in the song, especially around the middle part, and the chorus is a little bit boring. I think the staging was really the only big thing that I really liked about the song. I actually do love the part near the end where the background turns red. That was really good and really creative, and I also loved the end when the camera was circling around the singers, but the performance itself, the vocals and just the song, it just didn't really click with me, and in my opinion the performance felt a little bit messy, and the song itself was just underwhelming and kind of boring, and unfortunately that interesting staging was not enough to make up for that. So that's why this song gets a 6 out of 10 from me and is in my last spot. But again, I don't think it is by any means a bad song. It just isn't my favorite, and I just like some of the other songs on this list just a little bit better. So we'll move on to my next song on this list, which is the song... Now this song is a little bit generic. I mean, especially the lyrics. The lyrics are a little bit generic, so it isn't my favorite, but not a bad song. I thought it was actually kind of fun to listen to, but just the lyrics and the song itself didn't really captivate me. And the song actually kind of reminds me of a not as good version of Stones from 2018. I don't know if anybody remembers that song, but it kind of gave me similar vibes. But again, not a bad song by any means. I just didn't think it was as exciting or unique as Stones was, or songs like it. So I just don't really feel like listening to this song again. And her vocals are okay, but they just didn't blow me away. I still hope it does well in the final, but this song definitely is not my pick for Eurovision this year. So with that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Not a bad song, not great, but I understand why a lot of people like it. Just for me, I didn't really connect with it as much as some of the other songs in this list. Next up is the song Washing Machine. Now, I was actually going to put this song a lot lower, but it kind of grew on me a little bit just because it's so creative and so fun, and the staging is okay, the vocals are fine. The lyrics are kind of the staging is alright, the vocals are fine. The staging actually kind of looks like Beat Saber in my opinion. Like, the song isn't necessarily a great song, but it's just fun. And I also like the part where the dancers go away and they sing as a trio, and the dance itself, when the dancers do their little dance in the background, it's kind of silly to be honest, but it works. It's just so much fun to watch, and I really like how creative they're being, and I think this song like doesn't take itself too seriously, which I also like a lot. And so this is a song that I have rewatched a couple times because it's just fun and it's just different. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Moving on, we have Gibrasi. I think that's how I pronounce his name. I'm not sure, but he is a great singer. His soft vocals here are so good. He gives a great performance. I actually loved his song back in 2021, and a part of me kind of wishes that it won, even though I love The Roof. He did such a great job last year, and he's done a great job again this year. The only reason this song isn't higher on my list is because I like some of the other songs on this a bit more, but this is still a great song. And I also love that they have very nice and simple staging. They don't try to go over the top with it, and the staging also just kind of pulls you in. And I remember watching this performance for the first time, and I was just captivated the entire way through. So he does a really great job. Again, I really like his vocals and the way he can do these really unique soft vocals. They're really well done, and just one of my favorite artists out of this competition, and actually in Lithuania in general. But it's hard not to compare this to a song last year, and I just think the song is okay but not as good. It's still an excellent song nonetheless. So I'm gonna give this song a 9 out of 10, and just because it's not in my first, second, or third place does not mean I don't like this song or think it's good. Just means I like some of the other songs on this list a bit better. And I also just feel like the song, it isn't really that unique. Like, it's not generic by any means. It just is something that I definitely could see airing here in America, just something that I could just see like on Vivo or something. That's not really to detract from how good the song is, just is part of the reason that I like some of the other songs on this list a bit better. So with that, we'll move on to my number 4 spot on this list, and that is the song... Okay, so this one was a tough song to listen to, not because it's a bad song, but because it is absolutely beautiful and heartbreaking. This song, unfortunately for me, is all too relatable, so that's a big part of why I put it just a little bit above the previous song. But I still think both songs are absolutely excellent, and I give them both 9s out of 10. But this song, just also knowing the backstory behind the song, because of that, and because I connected with it so well, I just had to put this in the number 4 spot. And I remember her performance in 2018, and that was a beautiful love song. The song When We're Old, that song really hit me in the feels also. But this song, now knowing that Eva has since divorced her husband, this is tough to listen to, but when I first listened to it, I played it 3 times in a row. I mean, this song is beautiful, and even though the meaning is sad and it's very emotional, I think this is a fantastic song, and Eva does an incredible job delivering vocals, beautiful staging, and I love the revamp in the semifinal. All around great song, just really hits you hard emotionally if you've been through something similar to what the song is about. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm actually like reading some articles about her life, and she divorced her husband only barely 2 years ago. You can tell in the performance that it still affects her to some degree emotionally, and I'm sure she's probably just acting for the performance, but a lot of these emotions seem genuine. If you look at her face, if you look at her eyes, it really just elevates the performance, and it's just a beautiful way of turning her pain into a beautiful song. That's kind of all I have to say about that. I mean, the song really did just captivate me, and unfortunately was all too relatable. But yeah, I love this song, I love this performance, I love the staging, the lights, everything just puts you in this certain atmosphere, and yeah, you just feel her pain through this song. This is a great example of how music can really communicate emotions that words just simply cannot. So love this performance, love this song, love the staging. I think in terms of vocal quality, probably right up there with Gibrasi, and again, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. This only just edges out slightly just because I connect with the song a lot better. But yeah, otherwise, I think I think they're both great songs, and I am just so impressed with her performance and so touched by her song. And with that, we will move on to my top 3. And in number 3, oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this song. We have the song I'm Not Your Mother by Lolita Zero, and this song is just so creative. I have genuinely never seen anything like this. When I first saw this song, I was so confused. I actually didn't want to listen to it all the way through because the performance kind of freaked me out. I was like, what the heck is this? I don't know if I want to watch the rest of this. This is just like, I thought it was some weird joke entry or some like shock entry or something. But then I was like, okay, I'm bored. And I also wanted to make this video, so I was like, let me go watch I'm Not Your Mother. And then I did. And surprisingly, much to my surprise, I fell in love with it. I honestly love this. This song itself is just really experimental and not necessarily my cup of tea, but I think this song speaks through the performance, and that performance is honestly so captivating. This held my attention the entire way through, and I was just shocked. I kind of got goosebumps like watching this performance. And you know, I get that it's not everybody's cup of tea, right? But for whatever reason, I clicked with it really well, and apparently I'm not the only one. I do want to plug another Eurovision YouTuber, a much larger one than I am. That would be Alicia Michelle, and I love her videos so much, and I especially loved her reaction to this song. That was honestly the hardest I've laughed in a while. So I will link that video down below. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but her reaction is great, and I echo a lot of her thoughts on this song. This song is just so weird and so experimental, but somehow it works. It just kind of works. And yeah, this is a song that I've listened to again and again. Just there's something about it that just keeps me coming back, and it's just so different and so unique. It's honestly just an addictive performance. Like, once you watch this song once, you just have to watch it again. I don't know what it is, but I cannot wait to see what they do with the staging on Saturday. I hope they maybe switch it up a bit. Maybe tighten the camera angles. I think Alicia also has the same opinion on this. The camera angles are a little bit weird. It wasn't really the greatest, and it could have been a lot tighter and a lot more interesting. But regardless, this is a great performance. I was just so captivated and so confused, but in a good way. And yeah, if this goes to Eurovision, I wouldn't mind so much, to be honest. I don't know what else to say about this song other than I was just so surprised that I ended up liking it. With that, we're going to move on to my number 2 spot on this list, and that is Ruta Loop with the song For whatever reason, when I first heard this song and watched the performance in full, this kind of reminded me of Lorene's song Euphoria from 2012, not the TV show. And yeah, I don't know why, maybe her dancing, maybe the staging gave me some similar vibes, maybe her vocals did. I don't know what it was, but I think especially towards the end, once the song picks up and she has this sort of explosive moment, that kind of reminded me of Euphoria a bit. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you agree, disagree about that one down below. But I kind of got very similar vibes to Lorene, so I liked that a lot. I like her vocals in this. I think the song itself is very interesting, and the staging really helps that song come to life and just gives it a whole different atmosphere. And yeah, all around great song, great staging. The use of LEDs and everything in the background is very well done. I think she is a great singer. I think the song is great. I think the performance is great. This is one of the best songs I've seen from Lithuania, and I have barely any criticisms for it. I hope that the performance Saturday is flawless. I really would not mind seeing this in Eurovision at all, although it does seem like something that Eurovision might have had before in the past, like Lorene. I still think this is unique. This stands out on its own, and Ruta does a fantastic job with this song. So with that, I'm gonna give this song a 9.5 out of 10. Like, this is almost perfect. Moving on to the song by Monica Liu. Now this is one of the best songs I've heard out of all the national selections this year. It is so unique and so captivating. It holds my attention the entire way through, and it feels like something out of Star Wars or The Fifth Element. This song just takes me to a whole other planet. It's so interesting and so sci-fi that I just can't stop listening to it. Might I add, her vocals are flawless. The staging is excellent. Both stagings that we have so far for this song that she gave, I think in the quarter-final or whatever it was in the semi-final, were both super unique and just feels so sci-fi. And I think that's what I like a lot. Like, this feels like Star Wars or even like Star Trek. Like, I just woke up on the Enterprise and like this is being performed. This is great. I love this. I really hope that if Disney makes another Star Wars movie, they consider this in the soundtrack. And you know, one thing about the song too is that I don't speak any Lithuanian, so I'm not entirely sure what the song is about. And admittedly, I did not look up the lyrics before making this video. But for me, I don't really feel like I need to. I mean, I do want to know what this song is about, but I don't feel like I need to get the gist of this song, because Monica communicates everything through her facial expressions and her performance, and the staging and the camera angles really help with that too. This is a performance I just keep coming back to, a performance that holds my attention throughout the entire 3-minute runtime, and it is my personal winner for Pabandom 2022, and I really hope to see this in Eurovision, because I think this can be a show-stopping performance. This song is so different, so captivating, that it can really steal the show in Turin and get a really high spot, maybe top 10 again for Lithuania. We can only hope, because this song is fantastic, and actually a lot of these songs are fantastic. This is definitely one of the strongest of the national finals by far, and yeah, like, I mean, I think 3 of these songs I gave a 9.5 out of 10. These are great. I really just am so impressed with the quality this year, and I really am excited to see what Lithuania chooses on Saturday. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I have noticed that 99% of my viewers, if not more than 99%, are not subscribed, so please consider subscribing. It is free. All you have to do is like Eurovision, and I think you'll like my future content. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for future videos. I'm kind of new to this. I kind of just do this for fun, so I'd be really open to any suggestions that you guys may have. And yeah, with that, thank you guys all so much for watching. I really love making these videos, and I hope to make more. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you think about Pabandom. Let me know what you want to see in Eurovision, your thoughts about Eurovision this year, and I will see you all next time. Peace.